Yes, people, welcome back. Don't try it, Ty. It's my time. You can host in a second. But yeah, man, just because we're late, I'm not going to expose who. I think it's kind of obvious, to be fair. I've got a video for all you guys to cheer up that are watching this back. But before I do that, please run up the likes. 2 likes off of 50, 52 likes off of 100. We should be able to get there in a click of our fingers. But yeah, look, enjoy this video. Enjoy it.
But I can do time. Listen, people, we are back. Listen, people, it's never a foul. It's another episode. Listen, Martial, my favorite player, of course. And listen, but Cass, if we really talk about Man United right now, Cass, if we talk about Man United, obviously there's a little bit of a back and forth with the fan base. Don't you think you should get behind the manager? Get behind Ten Hag. Get behind Ten Hag, and I feel like we've had to get spot on.
Hey, nah, man, that killed me. I've got the figure. I've got to try and prepare something now. I've got to sit and wait. on it now. Big up, man. Guys, like the video. Make sure you subscribing. You hear Never a Foul right now.
Don't worry about it, mate. You got that Cody Rhodes dialect. Do you know what I mean? At least my voice is unique. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's not that bad, Ty. Trust me.
So, Ty, to be fair, we done loads. We done so many different YouTubers in it. So
I love that. I'm not gonna lie. What time was that stream last night?
I can tell you it was between 1:30 a.m. and 2 a.m.
Yeah, do you know what? It's one of them streams, when it's like late night, you're just chilling. You don't really care about football. You just want to vibe. I can tell it was one of them 1:30 in the morning, late nights. Yeah. Oh, that's joke.
You're a nicer man than I am.
By the way, Kunle is stuck in traffic, so we might not feature.
We done Kunle as well.
Okay. And then Don said it would be in about 20 minutes. Let's put it like that. Like he said that yesterday.
I heard I got a call earlier from the Nigerian news saying that Kunle was stuck in traffic because he's trying to hunt down the Ivory Coast bus because they got the trophy. So we'll see what he says when he comes next in the stream.
I had Kanebi, so Kanebi, people don't know, that's obviously he does Tunnel TV with Kunle. He's like, I don't even care. He's like, I'm like, you do care, man. He's like Arsenal won. I don't care about. I'm like, no, but you got to wait another 2 years to see if you can win. What you on about?
Exactly. You got them man hiring out clubs and that and all pouring up drinks. So, I know how much it meant to them. I know how much it meant.
Kunle didn't go to sleep till like 10 a.m. in the morning.
Mental. Guys, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe as well. Check out Big Six Bants down below. Obviously, Monts is always live there later on today as well. So make sure you show love. But Don is coming. He's going to be here about 12:30. So I'm going to say Chelsea talk because he's going to say I told you this, or I said this, or I told you not to wait on this. So we'll wait for the dialect.
I can't wait to crash it on him about Gallagher because every day, every week, he's always attacking Gallagher. Always Gallagher. And it's Galladog that keeps, nibbling the opposition. He's the one that's barking. So we'll get to that and his unfathomable. The thing with Don is he's an aesthetic merchant. Yeah, doesn't look at the output. He just looks at the aesthetics. If a player looks nice and does some nice movements, Don will rate him. They can do nothing all game, but if they look aesthetically pleasing on the ball, Don will be like, that's a good player. Give him more time. He needs more game time. So we'll wait for Don.
We'll wait for Don, and then we can dial
Cass is nodding because he knows that's true. He knows it's true.
Don gets. This is what. I'm gonna save it for what he said. I want to see what he said about Gallagher. I've got a screenshot in it. So I've got a screenshot of what he said about
Caicedo. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying about he likes aesthetics, innit? But
yeah.
Like Caicedo, so you can't like aesthetics if you like. Well, you can like aesthetics and like Caicedo, but
he's gonna be put to the service. We're gonna start with Declan Rice because obviously Arsenal have hit a bit of form now. Like let's be true. Like I remember Cass saying it like. You can go and beat Nottingham Forest, and then you can beat Liverpool. But the big one is, can you follow it on the week after? Because obviously some teams can beat a Liverpool, then they can slip up against West Ham, Arsenal done anything but 6-0, the biggest defeat West Ham have had at home since 1960s against Blackburn. You know, that was a proper job. You know what I'm saying? They took their chances.
May I compliment the host on some nice statistics there? Somebody's done their research, so I appreciate that, host. Great work.
Oh, thank you. Well, Cass did know that as well, to be fair. He's big upset. Don't get him upset. He did know that as well.
Wait, what did I know?
You did know about that stat. Because you were speaking about it Sunday.
What stat are you talking about?
I said that was West Ham's heaviest defeat since the 1960s.
Oh, yeah. Since 1963.
Yeah. So Jay was giving me props.
Oh,
I didn't.
26th against Blackburn. That's what.
Excellent.
Yeah. So no, that's the. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when my dad was born. So that's how mad that is.
I think Jay was born around then as well. Jay's like 70 years old. People
hey, oh my! Do you see what I mean? Like, this is why you should never reveal. Like,
yeah, but you know what I'm thinking? What were we talking about off air? I was just thinking about that.
I gotta get it.
But now, Cass, I've got to say, obviously, Declan Rice scored a great goal against his former club. Didn't really want to celebrate, but in general, that guy this season, 100 million. People questioning the price tag at the start of the season. Is he on his way to repaying that and more?
All right, things first, yeah. I think you can't really repay it back 100 million until you win something major. Sorry, I'm a little bit in my opinion. But right now, if you're going to ask me who's the signing of the season, you know, it's you probably would put it towards Declan Rice. It would have been Maddison if he was fit, maybe. But I think Declan Rice, even though he's worth 100 million, in my opinion, that is right now he's looking like a bargain. You got to look at it how has he moved the needle for Arsenal, in my opinion. I think he had a couple bad games, but I think most players have had a couple bad games this season. There was that period where Arsenal did kind of fall off. But in my opinion, if you go off the start of the season and then you go off now as well, you got to think he's Mr. Consistent. And it's not even just that. He's adding goals and assists. I didn't even know he could whip in corners like that. So he's adding more.
It's a threat, you know.
You know what I mean? So he's got an extra threat. It's a bit like Rodri. What does Rodri have that a lot of players don't have? Like in a DM,
he can strike the ball. He can score goals.
He can strike the ball and he's clutch, and he keeps moving. He keeps moving the ball. Declan Rice, as much as he can keep it simple, in my opinion, I think he does more. And I'm totally wrong about this guy because I was saying he's not even better than Amrabat in the summer. I just said he's only just. I just said he's a very good player, but I think he's shut me up, man. I'll be honest. This guy's wicked, and I'm glad he's English. Obviously, English tax and everything, whatever you want to call it. Like, if you're looking at one of the better players in the league, and easily seeing that he's one of the better players, it's him. Honestly, he is.
What do you think, Joe? On that, you're saying?
No, I think Kaz. I mean, I personally, I think with someone like Declan Rice, it was a great. I think it's a great acid test as to how good a player is, and you observe them, and it's one of those things from a distance. Some of these players can blend into each other. From a distance, you look at Rice, you look at Caicedo, you look at Bizuma, you look at Paulinho, for example, and at a distance, maybe when he's at West Ham, you can't tell the difference between these players. You can't tell who's the best player out of these four. You can't tell who's got the highest ceiling. And the one thing that I probably understood the most about Rice is great player, ball striker, excellent ball striker. Didn't know he was such a good ball striker when he was at West Ham. But the thing with Rice that everybody underestimated was Rice was going from a team that was highly unstructured in Moyes to a team that's super structured in Arteta. So he was always going from a place where he would have less sort of build-up patterns, understanding of where the ball's going to go, etc., to where he is now. So we were going to see a lift in his ability because he's playing in a more systemized structure, which is allowing him to do more, but in a very focused way. If you look at someone like Caicedo, on the other hand, he's gone from someone like Potter and De Zerbi, who have highly structured styles of play, and he's gone to Poch, who's less structured. So now all of a sudden you're seeing these two players in different environments, and Rice is showing that not only was he worth 100 million in an unstructured environment, but now he's come to Arsenal, off the ball defensively excellent, set piece taking. Look how many goals they're scoring from set pieces. Look how dangerous they are. Signing of the season, you can't really argue with what he's done and the value he's brought the team. And yeah, Arsenal won 6-0. Excellent.
You know what the question is though, as well, slightly, but Like the whole question is he a 6 or is he an 8? Like, and the thing is, it's like again, I thought he was more of an 8 than a 6, but when he's in the 6, they look solid. Do you know what I mean?
I
But
like.
then he plays
I
6 against West Ham and allows the attackers to do attacking bits.
I-
And it's like, whoa, mate, like he's doing 2 jobs and he don't even look out of place. I just think
Yeah.
they're still missing that. If I'm not joking, if they kept Xhaka just for that one more year, I don't know where the hell they would actually be right now, but I know it would be better than the position that they are in right now because they're missing a certain dynamic, and that's it.
Well, the thing with Rice is that when you look at him like as an 8, I think that he needs a certain level of evolution in terms of his pass selection, his thought process, things. As a 6, he's a monster. Off the ball, eating, like positioning, like where he needs to be, smelling danger, ability in the tackle, just brilliant. Like there isn't a better that you can maybe say Paulinho or something, but even Paulinho is not as good defensively as Rice in that 6th position. Like, and the thing is, if he can improve and continually to like grow on the ball, like he's just, yeah.
You know what it was for me? Yeah, it was the game against Liverpool for me was actually quite a big eye opener in terms of 6 or an 8 for Declan Rice because I've always been in the same cast before, where I was like, I think he'll develop into a number 8 because he's very good at ball carrying, and that side of the game he's strong at, but then. His passing, I think, is quite basic. If I'm honest, like he can pass and switch it sometimes, but in terms of his passing, I agree with Jade. It's quite basic. But when they played Liverpool, right, the fact that you had Declan Rice playing as the 6 and he moved Jorginho more into the 8 to do more of like, right, Declan Rice was like, I'm going to destroy the game. I'm going to pick up the ball and I'm going to give it to Jorginho, who's better than Rice on the ball. It's like I actually thought, wow, because Jorginho normally plays 6. Think about it: Chelsea, Napoli, Italy. We see them in the 6. Arteta was like, I'm going to put you in the 8 because you're better on the ball than what Rice is. And Rice, you're going to stay in the 6 because you can do things that Jorginho can't in the 6. He hasn't got the legs, Jorginho. He's not as good at tackling as Rice. We can't transition with the ball into the next bit. So for me, it showed me that Rice can actually do the much more the destroying side of the 6. Whereas as a number 8, I think he's more limited on the ball. But it's now... that was my eye opener for it. And now it's in the summer, my head is thinking once is... What midfielder do Arsenal now go and get in the summer? Because that's going to be the important part. You've got the Declan Rice. He's here. You've got the Odegaard. He's here. Now, it's like, do you see Rice staying as the 6, staying as an 8? Because whatever one you see him staying at, you need to get the right partner in. And that's what Arsenal need to do now in the summer.
Yeah. I feel like Rice is a 6 in it. I feel like when you're an 8, you need to possess more qualities going forward. And I think Rice is one of those players who is definitely a jack of all trades. I feel like he can do everything well. I feel like he has certain accolades that Rodri doesn't have. That doesn't make him the better DM. He still needs to do a lot more for a lot longer to be in the same conversation as Rodri, in my opinion. He's the only DM to only play 6 months of Champions League football and be crowned as one of the best in the world. So that's a bit weird to me. But in terms of pricing, signing of the season, the man has everything. I feel like he is the signing of the season. I feel like 100 million is definitely a bargain. For me, when he's in the 8, I don't see the value in the same light. You know what I'm saying? The value doesn't hit the same.
I hear you. I agree.
I feel like in DM, when he's playing the 6, the defense are more comfortable.
Yeah, the way he covers the ground, aerial threat, everything. Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like the two 8s ahead of him more comfortable, and that is for me the 6 one of the best. I'd rather have a world-class 6 than a world-class 8.
Do you think this all stems down to because when he was in the academy and when he came through West Ham, he was a centre back. Like, let's not forget Rice was a centre back when he came through. So playing as an 8 compared to a centre back is different things. Whereas if you play as a 6 and you're a centre back, you have traits still that you need to use of a centre back, but then your ball carrying, the stuff that he can do, traveling with the ball, he can just add that in, which is why I think as an overall package, he is more of a number 6.
Hey, can you imagine they go and got Frankie de Jong this summer?
Yeah, that'd be
oh
mad.
my god!
You
know what?
Frankie de Jong is more of a deep line player.
Yeah.
Come collect the ball for centre backs. They need to get a left. They need a Xhaka.
Yeah, and also on Monty's point, it's like if you look at Rice's ball progression in terms of dribbling and Frankie's dribble, like there's certain similarities, that they have between them. Whereas you want that passing that they had with Xhaka, that breaking the lines, the rotation with Zinchenko when Zinchenko would cut in field and things
would you
like
say
that.
they like a Paqueta would be perfect?
I think Paqueta would be good, but I think there might be too much similarity with Odegaard. Maybe like a Locatelli, like a Zubi from Sociedad, like somebody like that.
I think there's a reason I was looking at Curtis Jones in it.
Yeah, Curtis Jones would be perfect.
He'd be perfect.
Even like a McAllister before he went to Liverpool. That kind of profile would really fit in well on that LCM. But the one thing on Rice I was just going to say was that as well, everything, all the plaudits we're giving him, don't forget he's also got big last-minute goals at Luton, big last-minute goals at United. Do you know what I mean? To win them the matches. So not only is he doing his job defensively, and Arsenal have one of the best defensive records in the league, they have the most control of games. It's do you know what I mean? It's like you have to do an espionage mission to get into Arsenal's third of the pitch nowadays. Do you know what I mean? They're that dominant. So yeah, I think people can look at it and say, well, he's this and he's that. And we don't rate Rodri for all the things Rodri can't do. We don't say Rodri can't press off the ball or Rodri can't cover distance quickly or on the transition he can be got at. But we do it a lot with Rice. Do you know what I mean? We say he can't do this on the ball or he can't do that on the ball. I think when people want to underestimate him or say he's not that good, they will draw what he can't do, which is justifiable. But I think for £100 million, the impact you would expect at the top end of the table, you really can't ask for much more than what Rice has given them.
You know, there's two other names I was thinking of that they were linked with. Well, there's one name they were linked with. That's Barella, but maybe might be a little bit too lightweight for that role, but I think he could fit in there. There's one more. I wonder if they could tempt Bruno Gomes away from Newcastle if they have an awful season.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Can you imagine that one? And I don't know if Bruno Gomes
he's all action as well. Like at times he can drop in and help Declan Rice as well. Like he's got that comfortability to do that.
Yeah, Seko Fofana is a great shout, by the way. That's a great.
You know, do you know that he's on loan now from that Saudi club? He flopped there and they've put him on loan. So he's not. I'm sure he's not at Al Nassr. He was at Ronaldo's team, whatever, wasn't it? He's gone on loan somewhere else. I'm sure I saw that.
I didn't even know that. Oh, Drew's.
Yeah, bro, mad. I'm sure it was. Like, if you look, I'm sure he's at another club. I am sure. Yeah, there you go. He's gone to Al Ettifaq. Look, on loan. Told you, bro. Mad.
He must have fell out with someone.
He's gone to Gerrard's team.
Mad. You know what? One of my boys watches he's gone Gerrard's team. One of my boys watches the Saudi league and said he's been pants this year. So maybe he's just got the bag and then just chilled. Like, I don't know.
Sometimes you got to remember. Sometimes players, no matter how good they are, play to the standard. No, not even the system. They just play to the standard that's around them. So they play with shit players, even though they're a level above those players. They'll be shit because they're playing with shit players.
Sounds like pro club then. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly like pro clubs. You play with a bunch of people that you know you're sick at the game, and you're playing with a bunch of bums. Like you just end up playing garbage. It's stressful.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so now I don't know what happened with him. Obviously, he's going back there. He might want to leave, obviously, and come back to Europe. Barella's a shout. You've got obviously Paqueta that might be leaving. Obviously, still City will be sniffing, but there's going to be a signing in there for Arsenal that is going to return. And I think you've got Timber returning soon as well. I don't know what the news is on him, but I think by the next couple of weeks he should be back in that full training, should I say, with the first team. So then he's going to be another addition.
Isn't Timber back now as well, like for Arsenal?
That's what I was just saying. I thought surely he's back in about 2 weeks.
I think got full. Jesus, is he returning soon?
I'm not sure, but they play in the second week of the Champions League, so they're lucky. They're not this week. They're the next week of games. So that means by the second leg, I'd expect some of them to be back. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, apparently Porto, he could be fit for the second leg of the Porto game. So yeah, we're looking at sort of the end of the month, and then yeah, that's going to be another boost for them. But it was a good win. It was a good win for Arsenal. Do you know what, Cass? I'm going to ask these two the question that I asked you and Daps when we were talking on Sunday, right? In terms of Leandro Trossard and Jesus Monson J, yeah, who do you think should be the number 9 for Arsenal going forward? Because what Trossard has brought in that West Ham game, and then obviously coming off the bench and scoring against Liverpool, we know what Jesus does in terms of the team package, but not scoring goals. Right now, like Arsenal are on form, we could say that. So, like, even when Jesus is back, are you not keeping Trossard, or are you bringing Jesus back in?
Do you want to go first? You go, Mons.
You can go first.
Okay. So with this, it's an interesting one because with Jesus, I like Jesus. I think he's a good player. I think a lot of people like the idea of Jesus more than the actual person that Jesus is, what he's potentially capable of delivering rather than what he actually delivers. I think they both make Arsenal play well. They both play that kind of advance forward, false 90, drop off, overlap, create overloads in certain players. I think Trossard's a better finisher. He's a better ball striker.
Mhm.
His movement is not as good as Jesus's. I think it's a case of dealer's choice. You know, like think of it like you're playing golf, and certain games you're going to need a wedge, certain games you're going to need the 5-iron, and they're both good options. I think it should be either of them or Havertz, and that probably tells me that Eddie's done. Nketiah is done as an option as the number 9 now, because you can play Havertz there, you can play Jesus there, you can play Trossard.
And now Trossard doing this thing. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
So overall, I would say Jesus probably still has the shirt. But, but a few more. It's like when Jota was emerging and some at Liverpool and stuff. Like, I think Trossard's record justifies him starting. But I think it's a big decision by Arteta to be like, I'm going with Trossard.
Yeah, Trossard, Jesus, you're holding bench. The comments are split. Do you know what? They're more. I'll say they're more sliding with Trossard at the moment, which is interesting. I thought I was going to typically, they're going to say I'm trying to rattle the trigger, but I think it's a valid question. I think there's a reason for there's a reason for a discussion for it. What do you think, Muntz?
I think it's a bit of revisionism, or no, that's the wrong word. I think moving a bit reactionary. I think not you guys, not so much you guys on the panel, but
at this point,
I've seen
it's time.
No. I thought of the question because it's a valid one.
In terms of what Arteta wants, Jesus is the better fit. I don't think there's any question about that. It just depends on how much the wingers are scoring. The reason people are questioning Jesus is because Martinelli's not scoring double-digit goals, and Saka's only now hit 10 goals. If they were both on 10-12 like they were last season, no one's really talking about Jesus and his lack of goals. They're talking about what he provides off the ball and his dribbling and all that stuff. Now that there's not enough goals in the front line, that's why people are looking at Jesus going, need something. We need a bit more of a gunman, X, Y, and Z. So because Martinelli and Saka are still young, there's going to be inconsistencies, and there are going to be seasons where they don't set the league alight with 10, 15, 20 goals. So the way I see it, you look at Trossard as an alternative. A lot of the times Trossard's come in at centre mid, left wing, centre forward. I remember the game against, who was it? I believe it was, who did Arsenal draw 2-2 with? Was it Fulham?
Yeah.
Trossard started up top that game and he was pants. Like, there's been games where Trossard's played and Arsenal fans have gone, this man can't be playing up top. It's like he has to be left wing or even left centre mid, but not up top.
So what do you say? Would you look at Trossard and say he's like the X-ray card because he can play multiple positions? And it's like you just certain games you start him, certain games you bring him off the bench.
Yeah, like, I think with Jesus, I feel like what he provides, he helps Martinelli a lot more. He definitely helps. He definitely links up very well with Martinelli. I think with Trossard, I think it has to be situational. It has to be very situational. So I prefer Jesus, in my opinion, but I think Trossard is a really good option as well. I just feel like Trossard has really good games and really bad games. He's been hooked at half time.
It's the consistency, isn't it?
Yeah, like Trossard's not been consistently good in the road to be Arsenal's front man. No.
I hear it.
Anyway.
Could we have arguments like sometimes to see maybe Martinelli go up there and see a bit of variation, because teams that like to get a higher line like Aston Villa and stuff. Sometimes I've seen they do these runs and it's so similar to what Saka's run to what he did against West Ham, but sometimes they really do get ignored, but it does stretch a man. So
he done that. Well, Martinelli, the one he scored against Liverpool, he was the front man. Happened, didn't it?
People forget Martinelli started off as a striker before he went over to the left. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes that in behind runs is something that could suit Arsenal if they're dominating the game. Like, expose the lines. The Aston Villas that want to play a higher line. Sometimes Wolves want to get on the counter as well. Go play a Martinelli there. But even though they play 5 at the back, I'd say maybe you want your front three a little bit more tighter and then your wing backs a bit more further up to pressure them. But I think Arteta is just, I don't know, like he's just resorted back to last season a little bit. I don't know what happened, but he's resorted. But I think he's trying out different options at the same time to see what really works.
Yeah, and they got Burnley at home this weekend, which I expect them to dispatch, if I'm totally honest, even though they had good spells against Liverpool.
I'd play the same team. The one that against West
Bro,
Ham.
if imagine I'm a player, yeah, and I go to Burnley away and not Ten Hag, and Arteta's like, yeah, you're not playing. I'm knocking the door and saying, yo, give me a reason of why you've dropped me when we played an away game and just beating them 6-0.
But Jorginho might have said that, like, I've just beat Liverpool. Why did I not start against West Ham? There you go.
Yeah, I understand it.
I only tried to play football, to be fair, as well. So good luck to them in it. But I think it's gonna be a peppering.
I think it's gonna be a peppering. Yeah. Do you know what? I just want to ask them if people disagree, of course. But you know, like you said, Declan Rice, all you lot said that signing the season. Do you think Cole Palmer's in that discussion now?
Well,
okay, so
as an individual, forget Chelsea as a team. I'm just asking.
No. Can I just be clear on something? And this is the thing where it's like, what Cole Palmer's doing is excellent. However, because Chelsea are 10th, it's amplified. Yeah.
Okay.
If what Saka's doing at Arsenal, for example, because Arsenal are so high in the league, people are lowering it. Like, as in what Salah's done this season, people are lowering it because these teams are high up in the league.
Yeah.
And
they're expected. It's like they're doing what people expect them to do.
The rest of the team is playing pretty well too. Whereas Cole Palmer is like a shining light in a team. So his achievements are being amplified. I don't think it's a ridiculous question.
For
the criticisms that you would give a Cole Palmer if he was playing for a team that was 2nd or 3rd in the league, I assure you would be very different. The way it would look, the way people would critique him, what they'd criticize him for, it would be different because the standards you're being held to as a title challenger are different to the standards you're being held to in 10th place. However, that being said, he's having a very good season, and I think he's one of the signings of the season. And then you could probably, if you made a list of the PFA players of the year now, he'd probably sneak on. I think he'd probably sneak on. I think you'd probably make a case for him to be on that 6.
I hear you. I think that's a good. I think he summed up well.
Let's get one thing straight. Yesterday,
which comment are you going to say? Bring up?
No, none of that. Actually, go on.
Cool.
Let's start like yesterday. He wasn't great, but when
he was shit.
He was like most of the Chelsea team were not great. Caicedo was crap. Enzo was all right, to be fair.
Gusto was brilliant.
That's what makes a good player. It can be crap, but when it matters.
But when it comes to we always talk about like who's gonna have the moment to go and grab you something. I think Mont said that when he was talking about Arsenal before. Remember, you said about where's their match winners beforehand when you said Liverpool's got this player or that player. But with Cole Palmer, he had his moment and he had 2 moments. And I'm not being funny. He's not bad on the but the guy's got 14 goals and 9 assists this season. Let's take away one. Let's take away the one from Community Shield. So let's just say 13 goals and 9 assists. Yeah, because he did score in a Super Cup. People forget that. Remember, so that does count for a breakthrough season to go and secure 22 GA at this moment of time. I think that's solid. I think that's nuts. Yeah. Considering the team that he's in,
he's young player of the year. Yeah, I agree with people in the comments. Young player of the year at the moment.
Considering the amount of minutes this man has had, or the lads had, and considering they don't even have a damn striker up front and a guy that plays a fullback.
No striker. It's true. He's walked into a team right where people were questioning. The funny thing is, and this is for everyone, even maybe some of us on the panelists, we were questioning when Palmer went to Chelsea and when they spent 45 million. We're thinking the amount of games he's had at City. We were looking at what he had done, and that's what we would actually look at it for once objectively, not saying what he could become, this and that. We were like, right, he's not played that much for City. He's only, he's done this in the youth team, but this is professional. This is Premier League. This is Chelsea that have got new owners, and you're coming in to maybe play as a starter. Then all of a sudden, 6 months later, we are like, this guy is the main weapon for Chelsea. Like, he is the one that in the final third, he's your go-to. If someone said to me in August, this is what's going to happen with Cole Palmer, I would have been like, yeah, I can see it in maybe 2 years, but I didn't expect it in February 2024. So I got to hold him to a good standard because what he's done, because remember, he weren't starting. Remember, he was on the bench for time and everyone was moaning, get Cole Palmer minutes. Even I remember Don was on many streams saying, we need to give Palmer time. We need to give him a chance on the pitch to show what he can do. And he's grabbed that with both hands. And now he is a guaranteed starter in that team. So I've got to respect what he's done.
It's a great point you make. But the point I would like to piggyback off that is this is just an encapsulation of the ridiculous transfer policy that Chelsea have, that their best player this season shouldn't even be at Chelsea. Yeah? If they hadn't have tapped up Michael Olise, Palmer never would have been signed. Yeah? So they never would have got him in the first place. And they would have had a hamstring guy who would have ripped his hamstring multiple times with Poch's training style. And the whole situation of Chelsea would have been different. I find it very fortunate for Chelsea that they managed to get Palmer. Good signing, and well done for getting him. But you only got him because you messed up with Olise.
Oh, we can say, wait, well, hold on. Let me. Sorry, I have to. But we can say the same for you. If it wasn't for, your dodgy Daniel Levy, you would have had a different manager.
Not really. I think
Ange was your fifth choice.
Listen. So the managers that we wanted, I think you can make an argument for Slot, Alonso, and then Ange. Yeah, Enrique was on our shortlist. It was a good shortlist of managers.
You spoke to Nagelsmann.
We spoke. Yeah, we didn't offer them the job. Ange was offered the job. Alonso might have been offered the job.
Fifth choice.
Bro, listen, at the end of the day, that's a good shortlist, and it's a butterfly effect type thing. If Slot had taken the Tottenham job,
and then Lee saying Cole Palmer's not a good list.
Say again?
They had Shirky, Elise, and Cole Palmer on their list. That's not a good list either.
No. I'm saying that those different players would have had fundamental different results. I think bringing Cole Palmer in a day before the transfer deadline, after you agreed a deal with Michael Elise, but then that got pulled. I think that's good that you got Cole Palmer, but it's fortunate that they got Cole Palmer because the impact he's had on the team.
But a Chelsea fan like Don could come in here and say it's good planning because we had an alternative.
Right. Okay. So
I'm just playing devil's advocate because that's
I get what people are saying.
Because Jay, just the same thing you just said. If they didn't sign Cole Palmer, you'd be sitting there saying they should have put their eggs all in one basket because now they got left with nobody.
Why would I say that? They've bought multiple wingers over the last 18 months. True. The last winger they bought was a day before transfer deadline day after another team threatened to tap him up. I'm saying the way they got Cole Palmer seemed fortunate to me. People can disagree. That's fine. I'm not saying no one can say like other transfers can be fortunate. It's fortunate that this player went to that team. It's fortunate. Cool. I'm just saying I think it's fortunate how they managed to get Cole Palmer and he's been their best player. I don't think I'm downplaying him.
You could say that maybe for a few teams though. Not everyone gets
of course. We were fortunate to get Mo Salah. Like you can call it how you want. Like some signings. I don't want to say fortunate. I would almost say it's just an alternative. There's nothing wrong with getting your alternative. Sometimes the alternative is actually better than the first choice. I can't imagine a world where we got Julian Brandt instead of Mo Salah.
Exactly. That's who you were linked with. Julian Brandt. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but I wouldn't put that down to being fortunate. I put that down to good scouting reports to say, well, if your alternative is almost just as good as your first choice or better than your first choice, that's not. I wouldn't say the word is fortunate. I'd say that's good scouting. I'd even give credit. I'd even say that's even more credit.
It's the thing is, Chelsea didn't put an offer for Elise, and they didn't put an offer in for Kudus. They didn't put an offer in for Cherky. They put an offer in for Cole Palmer. So it looks like it on the menu. They got Cole Palmer because they didn't get rejected. They didn't put an offer in the first place. So
I hear it. One sec, Jay. I'm just gonna quickly run up the likes, guys. There's 500 of you in the building. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. It is massively important. It helps us reach new audiences around the world. And hopefully you're enjoying the show as well. If you don't know how to like the video, make sure you just cross off the live chat on your phone or on your tab. And then you just hit the thumbs up. Your thumbs up should look like Cass. And then it's going to look like me afterwards. That's the easiest way of putting it. So, guys, make sure you're also checking out Big Six Bants as well. Months is live later on today. And then big up Jay for coming as always.
Once like you stole my bar. Like, bar for bar, man.
Oh, is that his thing? Oh, do you know what? You know, he's 50 behind me now. I can do that.
Wolves F1.
Wolves FI. Wolves can't afford a slow start anymore at Lane like last two Molyneux games if they want any chance. Yeah, what we'll do, Wolves FI, obviously, the Wolves preview for Tottenham game, we'll do that on our Friday stream and we'll touch on that a bit more closely. Hopefully, Cunha's not injured too bad for you, because if he is, I think Tottenham going to run you over, but yeah.
I guess what? Monster scored more goals at the Molyneux than certain men at certain teams. Just saying that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But Chelsea in general, they got a big win last night, Cass. For them, man. Like it was looking like a disaster. And then it turns into, all them man celebrating in front of their fans. They've teethed Crystal Palace's song. You man clock that. The Bob Marley thing. Chelsea
they done that on purpose though to piss off.
That was just a shit house thing.
I like that.
Clock them. Don't worry about it.
Chelsea, hey, and they told me we've only got one song. Hey,
yeah, how you gonna add that?
And also,
Don's gonna have that on with his mama on Sunday mornings now.
Chelsea, hey, I'm gonna play that at the bridge. I'm telling you, that was a banger, bro. I know. Hey, listen, our away fans are not a joke, bro. At the bridge, it might be a library, but bro, when it comes to away games.
We'll see.
Don's here. He's happy. I can see it.
Don, I'm happy that Jay's here. Why
he's happy you're here.
I've just been hearing that.
Hold on. Why are you happy that I'm here? But while you've been waffling on Twitter about Gallagher, and he saves you again.
I'm not waffling.
He comes and saves you again.
My point still stands. What's
your point? What is your point?
Overall, he wasn't.
You're here happy.
Are you gonna let me talk?
No. You're here happy because your team shithoused a 90th minute winner last night. Yeah, Palace deserve.
Your team done the same thing. Your team done the same thing at Palace.
But we're not talking about Spurs. We're talking about Chelsea.
What are people talking about?
It's the Vim ones.
What are people talking about here?
Yeah,
Spurs were 2-0 up against Palace. Palace scored a late goal and put us under a bit of pressure. Chelsea were 1-0 down, 1-1. Yeah, Palace had opportunities on the break, and then Chelsea scored in the 90th minute. Like, they didn't really deserve to win that game.
Let's take it back a little bit then. Jay. Yeah. So you're saying that I'm waffling about Conor Gallagher. How am I waffling about Conor Gallagher?
You're waffling about Gallagher because you continually pick him out, to criticize when all three of your midfielders have limitations and flaws. He is the best performing out of the three midfielders, yet he's the one who gets the most criticism from you. That makes no sense.
But you know what it is, though? When I'm watching him in that 10 row yesterday, I'm seeing the guy hiding behind players, right? When we've got guys like Nkuku on the bench who can play that role better than him. Guys like Palmer that can play in that role better than him. Guys like Carney that can play in that role better than him, right? But when it comes to rivals, it's, Gallagher must start every single week. Gallagher on the ball yesterday was not good. His finishing was good, but overall, his performance was not good.
I was Caicedo yesterday.
But the thing is, I already criticized Caicedo yesterday.
No, you didn't.
If you listen to what I said.
But I follow you on Twitter. You criticized Gallagher.
I was on a terrace
numerous times because I never mentioned Caicedo until after you criticized Gallagher.
Because this was a game where you need a creative outlet. We weren't creating nothing. If you
go
check the stats, if you go check the stats, wait, hold on. He scored 2 goals. Did he create anything? Did he create much yesterday? You're talking about finishing, not him creating. Right, a big part of his role in that 10 is to create chances and link the midfield to the attack. Right, he wasn't doing that. Right, but hold on, Jay. This is what rivals do, guys. This is what rivals do. When we talk about Gallagher and we give some constructive criticism, right? Straight away, it's no. He must play for you guys. He's been your best performing midfielder. He must play in every single game. He must play every single week. He must play.
I never said that.
That's basically what you're saying to me.
No, it's not. I said he's your best performing midfielder. Allocate your blame accordingly.
Watching this guy. No. I was literally watching this guy yesterday hiding behind players, bro.
Hiding.
Okay. And his biggest strength, Gallagher's biggest strength, if anyone's been following the guy's career, is crashing the box and arriving late. Yeah, very similar to Frank Lampard. He did that at Charlton. He did it at Palace. He did it a few games at West Brom as well. Right, that's his biggest strength. So
I agree.
If Jay, don't keep cutting it. Let me finish what I'm saying. Keep saying okay, interrupting me. Yeah, let me land and you can come in after. Right. So if you ain't got no creativity in your legs, supplement that with finishing chances. If every single week or every so often he's consistently getting goals from midfield, bro, there's not much I can say about him in terms of creating, because at least I know when it comes to finishing chances,
what you're getting from him.
What you're getting from him, he's gonna supplement that in a different way. But when we see Gallagher, he's not creating much. You know, he's breaking down our attacks. You know, he's getting the ball. When he finds himself in positions to shoot, it gets blocked, or he's getting it off target, or he's under hitting the shot. That's when people are going to have problems with it. But if he finishes like he did yesterday consistently, then less and less, like more and more people will start to say, do you know what? This guy's actually, you know, he's
let me. Okay, I hate Don.
But let me push back on what you're saying, because personally, listening to what you're saying yesterday, you had Noni, Palmer, You had Jackson. You had Enzo. Obviously, you had Chilwell bombing forward. You had Gusto too, and you're picking up Gallagher for creativity. Yeah, you're picking on Gallagher for creativity when you have all those. Listen, as a Spurs fan, I used to have Dele Alli play the 10. Hold on. He wasn't a creative 10. He was a crasher. Muller's not a creative 10. He's a crasher. You can play the number 10.
Muller is definitely a creative 10 as well.
I know what you mean. I know you're getting at.
I hear what you mean with Dele Alli, though.
Hold on. Jay, this is the thing that you're missing, bro. This is the thing that you're missing, right? The bare minimum I expect from a 10 is to be able to be in between the pockets and be comfortable in the half turn. Gallagher isn't, bro. Gallagher's mind doesn't think as quick as Palmer, Nkunku, and Carney's, and that's okay. Right. Not every player's got that in their locker, and I don't know why you keep trying to argue against that point. Gallagher's not that type of player, bro. You're trying to argue the point that Gallagher in that pocket is comfortable when he's not.
Gallagher can listen. You keep saying 4-2-3-1 when you also play 4-3-3. Yeah,
we do play, we play 4-3-3. In possession.
Bro, there's different aspects of how you play, and you're just gonna say, right, okay, Gallagher shouldn't be in the team. I've seen your team without Gallagher. I saw you away at United. Disgrace. Yeah, every time you think that taking Gallagher out of this team is gonna fix something, yeah. Whereas you will just have other issues and other problems. He brings balance to your midfield, whether you like it or not. Yeah, and you're critiquing.
I'm glad that you mentioned that United. I'm glad that you mentioned that United game because I can tell you about how Poch set us up that game. Playing Cucurella right back, playing Levi at left back, playing Palmer as an 8, playing Enzo as a 10.
Okay, so
what's that going to do with Gallagher?
I knew you'd make me laugh at one point, Don. But I'm telling you,
look, this is what I'm saying. Guys are trying to fight for Gallagher. Does he start for your team week in, week out? How about that?
I'm not, bro.
Does he start for your team week in, week out? Why should he start for my team week in, week out?
The thing is like I'm a big fan of fairness.
I'm being fair.
No, you're not.
I said he deserves a new contract, and I said he's improved, but we don't need him in every single game. But you especially Jay, keep trying to shove him down our throat.
Shove what down your throat?
Yeah, Gallagher every single week. No. You keep talking about Gallagher like he deserves to be starting week in, week out.
Why doesn't he deserve to be starting?
Because he's not needed for every single game.
Why is Caicedo starting, but Gallagher should be on the bench?
What other DM have we got in this team right now that can play that role?
Can Caicedo play the role? Is he playing the role well at the moment?
I don't think Caicedo can play alone 6, but he's
better than. So should we go back to the match? By the way, I think Poch needs some praise for that game. The way he
the second half tweak.
He did
when he took off Madueke because Madueke decided. I think he looked knackered. If I'm being honest, Madueke obviously midweek Aston Villa and that. I think he looked a bit tired.
He thought he was playing cage ball at the edge of the box.
It was a bit too laxy-daisy.
I can't lie.
Palace should be able to play 2 games in 4 days.
No. But to be fair,
he was dead. He was.
One sec. But you say that once, yeah.
Right.
But when you're used to playing only 1 game a week, your body isn't used to playing 2 games a week. Like that. It sounds inferior because they're Premier League borders. You think they can play 2 high intensity games for that long? They can't, bro. I think it's evident. I think Tottenham's quite evident on that as well. Have you not seen them when they go to a cup game back into another game? Even though they get exit, they can't manage it. That's why they went out so easily as well.
No.
Energy levels are not the same.
Tottenham got knocked out the Carabao Cup because they rotated heavily against Fulham. But
you look at other players.
The next time they did that, they played City like they played Man City.
Yeah. Then he said, "I'm gonna play full strength," and then
they played Man City, bro. Chelsea players, you cannot tell me there is not enough quality in that Chelsea team for them man to play 2 games a week on 1 occasion or 2 occasions. In 4 days, I do not give a fuck. 4 days, you should be able to play the game on Monday and the game on Thursday, or a game on Wednesday and a game on Sunday. I'm sorry, you can't. And the worst thing is, it wasn't. If it was like 70, 80 minutes, you can see Madueke burning out. You can see him kind of slowing down. That's fine.
It was just poor.
But you can see.
This is where
I like Madueke. I like him, bro. He's from Enzo. I like him, bro. But it's okay to say he was shit.
Oh no, Jay. And you know what? I'm criticizing someone else.
The best part about it. He was shit. I agree with you, Month. You know what? He was shit yesterday. But the good thing is that finally, even though Don might not want to accept it, like Cass says, we've got to give Poch praise because in the second half, he took off the player that, for me, like Month said, was shit. He could have made a sub and taken off. I'm not saying he would take off a Palmer, but he could have taken off Palmer and then someone got it wrong, and everyone's like, "Why are you taking him off?" He took off the player. He took off the player that was deserving of coming off. and you lot were better in the second half. The thing is, right, you were nearly drawing. It was 1-1 until the 90th minute. Let's not get it twisted and say, look, Chelsea scored bare like goals in the 60th and 70th and the game was cruising. They had to stretch it until the 90th minute to get the winner. But they kind of more deserved of the winner, and then they got the third goal and killed the game.
I don't know. I've got to say,
They didn't deserve the win.
I don't think Chelsea were amazing. The sub worked, but it wasn't like Chelsea just comfortably blew them away. It was too
Let's be honest. And Nkunku wasn't great when he came on from Madueke, and he wasn't great.
A couple nice touches in the pocket.
The thing is, though, Nkunku and Gallagher were so far apart from one another. Like there was no help there, in my opinion. It's when Sterling came on, Nkunku started to play. In my opinion, I didn't realize. Palace, that Wharton, that brother at right back as well. Yeah,
Wharton played well. Wharton played really well.
Them man They're playing well. But even Mateta was holding up the ball well. It's when you know what it is. That Thiago Silva injury, was a blessing in disguise for Chelsea trying to play some football. They got higher up the pitch. Like I know you shouldn't like praise obviously an injury, but when Levi Colwill came on, they started to get up the pitch. It's like when you saw Disasi and Badiashile together. Why did Preston Villa out the game?
How long have I been talking about it since the start of the season? How long have I been saying just be brave and play these guys? I don't care about them being young, right? Play these guys because they're good players. Okay, they might be young
in their natural positions, but we didn't want in natural
play them in their natural position, and we will play better. Silva the whole season, bro. He dilly-dallies on the ball too much. You know what I'm saying? Disasi, Badiashile, Levi, they play what they see.
And Caicedo has to drop bare deep to play next to Thiago for the collective ball, which is in hindsight.
Exactly. Yeah. Silva. Gusto, he came off a little bit earlier. Apparently, he said to Poch that he's not.
Yeah, he's growing.
He had to come off or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
By the way, another good game.
Bro, come on, man, Gusto. I talk about him weekly now.
Gusto's cold. I wanted him at United, man.
The same way, some Liverpool fans want Conor Bradley over Trent for some odd reason. In my opinion, at right back, it's the same thing. It's like, bro, Gusto should be. BJ should be worried.
We are so lucky that Dallo is on fire right now because Gusto's so cold. I wanted him.
Bro, Gusto, when Reece James comes back, for me, starting at left back, he can't be on the bench. He can't be on the bench, bro.
Can't be on the bench.
And that's if we don't get a new left back, because Chilwell, for me, this is what I kept telling you lot about this whole experience thing and whatnot. People say, these lot are inexperienced and this, that, bro. Talk to me about experience with quality. If you're going to talk to me about experience, yeah? Because the experience that we've got in this team right now, some of these guys are just meaty, yeah. Everyone knows Sterling is grenade football. There's better guys on the that are younger than him that can retain the ball better than him. Yes, I know Sterling is better in terms of one-on-one and running at his man and that. But in terms of just the basics of football, keeping that ball, he struggles. He breaks down so many of our attacks. Ben Chilwell in possession, shocking, absolutely shocking. I don't know if you guys remember. I'll send you guys a clip of yesterday. Yeah, there was one time when Chilwell got the ball in the air. Man, just instead of just playing a nice pass, he kicked it off the pitch. Gusto got the exact same thing. And he just popped it nicely. And he's 20 years old. Ben Chilwell's pushing on. No, hold on, Jay. Ben Chilwell's pushing on 30, right? But if we lost the game yesterday, straight away, it's all the young players. This, that. Ben Chilwell's performance will go under the radar. Silva's performance will go under the radar. And it'll crash it on the young players straight away, right? Trust these guys. Be a little bit more brave. That's all we ask for, bro. They're young, but that's what you've got to work with right now. Young players, bro. Trust them, bro.
Many times,
guys, make sure you're liking the video, by the way. 9 likes off 200, so make sure that your thumb is lit. If you haven't done that yet, please make sure you do. It helps us reach new audiences, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. I'm not gonna lie, it was a big victory. But Monts, Jay, I know that you're itching, you're shaking your head. Like, what's rattling you?
Let Monts go first. Obviously,
yeah, go on, Monts.
First of all, I've crashed it on Thiago Silva many times, and you're the first one to talk back. So at least now you're seeing the light with Thiago.
It's not about seeing the light. I've criticized him, said he from the back, he doesn't build up as quick as others, right? But when you're trying to crash it on him, is when you have a good performance and he's saving us more time. Do you get it? But I don't think he should be starting for us. There's a difference. Comprehension.
I told you that old man has cataracts and arthritis. Let him rest and give him a glass of milk. I've been telling you this. And now
this is the season to phase him out, bro. I've said that from the beginning, bro.
Yeah, put him in the care home and let him watch in the box, or let him watch Chelsea. Yeah, that's him in the care. Listen, give him some rest. But to speak more positively about Chelsea for once, also Caicedo stinker. one up for months, by the way.
I big up Enzo for first in that. By the way, that run was serious. Like you see how he's never done a long distance yard run like that in his entire career.
He was knackered after that, but
brother, he was.
Let me.
He's been doing those runs. He's been playing him, bro.
I think we're being too quick. Hold on, we're being too quick to say obviously like Chelsea shithouse the win and da. Like yeah, cool. Chelsea weren't great. Palmer wasn't good. Caicedo weren't. We could name so many players that
decent, man. You think Palmer was poor?
No.
I think he was decent.
It was greedy, man.
He wasn't good. The decision making was off. It was when the game opened up. Palmer, he created moments when the game opened up, which is what good players do. But he didn't have a good game. Let's keep it a buck here. Chelsea probably should have lost or drawn that game on the way that they've been playing this season. But they've got the 3 points. And this is the thing that we criticize Chelsea about week in, week out. Shut the fuck up and get the 3 points. Because without points on the board, that's why you sit in 10th. So I feel like I haven't sat here and gone, oh, Chelsea are just going to shit house the win. They're still shit. Yeah, cool. Chelsea, for me, they have a lot of improvement to do. And yet they're always going to have these what's the word? They're not going to be
inconsistencies.
They're going to have these inconsistencies. But the bottom line is they've got the 3 points where they probably wouldn't have done this 3-4 weeks ago. They probably would have lost or drawn 3 weeks ago. I feel like for once, sit here and give Chelsea their credit in terms of just getting over the line, because that's what these players are not doing week in, week out. Because Chelsea.
Do you know what, Monty? Yeah, the same way we said Liverpool beat. The same way, I'll come back to you, Monty, quickly. It's just a quick one, just to add on to you. It's the same way we said Arsenal beat Liverpool, but can they go to West Ham and follow it up? Same way Chelsea beat Villa away in the cup that everyone praises Villa's home form. And it's like, right, can you go to Palace and follow it up? Right. Different kind of things, but they've done it.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Chelsea are the best thing since sliced bread. I'm just saying that they have 10 Premier League losses, bro, and I think they have 4 or 6 draws. Yeah. So that shows to us that they struggle to get over. They've obviously many times struggled to just put the ball in the back of the net and show a bit of resilience. I'm not saying it wasn't razzle dazzle, but they done the basic thing in getting over the line. I'm not talking, and everyone's gonna say, "Oh, why should we give Chelsea credit? Why should we like the bar of expectation is obviously lowered for Chelsea, but the one thing they need to do is get over the line, and that's why they sit in 10th, because they haven't done what they done today often enough.
Well, they might be 11.
And Mons, yesterday was a clear representation, bro. Look how we set up in the first half, yeah. You're starting Cole Palmer as a false 9, right? You're starting Cole Palmer as a false 9 again against
away from home as well.
Away from home, right? It worked against Aston Villa because Aston Villa, the way they play, they want to play, right? And you can box them in a little bit. The Palace don't want to play like that, bro. So playing Palmer there, that's why you're saying Palmer was shit. He couldn't really get into the game as a false 9, bro. In the second half, what Poch did, he took off Madueke, like you said, put Palmer on the right, left Gallagher where he was, put Jackson up top, and played in Cuckoo on the left. Straight away, the dynamic changed, bro. Palmer was getting on the ball more. But the dynamic changed. Jay, I don't know what game you were watching. Bro,
bro, I watched the same. But no.
Let me analyze. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I've been waiting.
Anything I say is no.
All right, Jay, I'm gonna let you come in after Don's done.
Let me finish. The first half were horrendous. Like I said, we didn't create nothing, bro. Nothing, yeah. And I could see that the players just weren't comfortable with how we were set up yesterday, right? As a whole, right? But again, in that second half, we looked better because Palmer was picking up the ball a lot more, getting on the ball a lot more, and trying to make things happen. I agree with you, Mons. His end product wasn't great. I spoke to Andrew about this winner surfer yesterday, but it's big him up, yeah. He was like, oh, we kind of just we got away with it or something like that. I said, I don't think we did, because in that second half, every time we was attacking them, I felt like something could happen. But it was that final ball, you know what I mean? That final shot. Even that finish Sterling had when he came on, yeah. Palmer gave him the ball. My man could have just banged it straight away. He's dilly-dallying on the ball.
That Sterling being Sterling. Perfect.
Sterling being Sterling. There were so many instances where I'm looking at yesterday where that final pass just wasn't on, but we'll find ourselves in positions where we can score. Do you know what I mean? So I was watching the game thinking, bro, any second here, we're going to score. Do you know what I mean? I didn't expect it to be in the last minute. And towards the end, I was thinking, bro, this is long, innit? This is long. Again, I'm going to have to go on here and listen to you lot go on about these young players and whatnot. But we found a way because we kept going. So I don't look at it and think, oh, we got away with it. I think it was a deserved win in the end. It wasn't the greatest performance, but in the second half, the changes that Poch made helped us play better, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it was good. It was good in that second half. It was enough to beat Palace because Palace, they're shit. They're shocking, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So, Don, I listened to what you had to say, and I couldn't disagree with you anymore. Like, I genuinely couldn't disagree with you anymore. You observe your team through a unique lens that you do not judge any other team from.
Don't play for Aston Villa, by the way.
So when I was watching,
have I said anything wild here?
When I was watching you yesterday, Don, yeah, you played a Crystal Palace team with no Eze and no Elise. Essentially, no attacking output. Yeah, they relied on a 30-yard screamer to generate a goal. Aside from that, if it wasn't for the ref malfunctioning and all these guys being told at half time, so if that didn't happen, I don't even know if you scored that goal.
It did happen.
It did, Don. And you need to learn about tone of voice, because your tone of voice indicates that you're a top team in this league. But the reality is you are not. And you struggled to overcome Crystal Palace. You've lost 2 of your last 3 games. The same performance, if Tottenham put that performance in, you would say we were lucky. If United put that performance in, you would say we were lucky. Yeah. But when Chelsea put that performance in, you say they deserve it and they got over the line.
Oh yeah, something apparently you criticized Man United's Aston Villa performance.
Jay, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
Everything that I've said.
You've come on this stream.
Let me land my point, bro. In the first half, yeah, like I said, in the first half we were poor. Our XG in the first half was 0.13. Palace
it was 0.0.
0. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, you didn't have any chances in the first half. So if you didn't have any chances in 45, no, Don. If you didn't have any chances,
you're going on as if I said we were good all game,
bro.
What you struggle to do is comprehend. Listen to what I'm saying. Bro. Listen to what I'm saying. In the first half, we were poor, right? And what you struggle to do is to give any any balanced views on Chelsea. Bro, from the beginning, you're talking about, if you lot didn't, it's only because you lot didn't get Olise, that's why you've ended up with Palmer. That's the angle you come with, bro, every single time.
John,
let me finish my point.
Because I'm making my point.
In the second half,
you've jumped. This is what you always do. You jump into other people's points, and then you say, "Let me finish my point." No, let me finish my point, and then you can speak.
Carry on.
Thank you. Don, you come in and you say that you had 0.000 XG at halftime. Yeah. So how can you play half the game, create 0 XG, and then deserve the win?
Did I not say in the second half we improved?
So the changes at halftime, you created no chances. So what must you have done in that second half to deserve a win if at halftime you created no chances?
So hold on. This is what I was coming in. In the second half, our XG was 1.28. Right,
1.28,
which backs up the eye test of what I was seeing.
What was your XG before the 90th minute? What was your XG before the 90th minute, Don?
Bro. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
That's a good point.
Listen to what I was saying.
Tell me, because in that 45 minutes, you say you played well. What was your XG?
Listen to what I'm saying.
You talk, I'll check.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
You talk, I'll check.
You check that. That's fine. What was the key thing that I said? I said when I was watching us in the second half, we was attacking well. Was attacking better than what we was in the first half. But that final bit of end product wasn't there. The quality was lacking with that final bit of end product. I literally criticized Palmer and said Palmer on the ball yesterday in that final end product wasn't good. And you guys know how much I like Palmer, right? I'm not being biased. I'm watching. I'm talking about what I analyzed yesterday, right? And like I said, I gave you an example of when Sterling could have finished it, right? And he didn't. Okay, but in the end, we kept going like we was doing in the second half, and we ended up finding a little bit of space. And Gallagher managed to finish the chances that he got. So for me, I don't look at that. I don't look at the whole game and think we didn't deserve to win. Overall, over 90 minutes, we deserved to win, bro. In that second half, we did enough. We did. What do you mean based on what? I've just given you all the reasons. Based on the fact that Pochettino changed it up in the second half, and based on the fact, like I said, the players started to perform a little bit better. No one's saying the players were amazing. That's one thing you're not going to do. You're not going to act as if I'm saying, "Well, it was an amazing performance." It was an average performance. But what I'm saying is, you can't look at that performance and say we didn't deserve to beat Palace.
I can look at that performance. I will look at that performance, and I will say that you didn't deserve to win. You did not deserve to win that game.
And that's your opinion.
I think most people that watched that game yesterday would say that Chelsea did not deserve to win that game. They were very lucky to win that game yesterday.
I don't know about that, boy. But
Wait,
for me, I think we deserve to win over Palace.
Can we debunk one part of the argument? I don't like. Obviously, everyone's kind of crashing it on Don, and listen, Don is one of my nemesises. And I don't want to have to do this. In fact, I feel sick saying this. But let's keep it a buck here. Chelsea are not on the same level of any of our teams at the moment. So
no, not even United.
If they're not on the level of Man United at the moment.
Yeah, they're not on the level of Man United. No, they're not. And that's respectful as well.
I agree.
What did Palace do in the second half?
Hold on, let me finish. I'm talking currently, As it stands, Chelsea are the worst team out of the top, the big traditional six. So when we're giving credit in terms of the sample size of the game and getting over the line, yes, if Liverpool done it, they'll be calling us lucky. To be fair, ironically, we did just get over the line. We've done the same thing with Harvey Elliott. Came off the bench to score the banger in the 89th minute.
Yeah, I would say you fairly deserve. Yeah,
yes. And with Liverpool called lucky that game? No, we were called the marker champions. That's what it was called when we done it. You see what I'm saying? So the standard for each team is different. Chelsea have the lowest standard out of all of us.
It's very true. You're very right there, Mons. You're very right.
Are being credited. Well, not. I don't want to say bare credit, but we're just saying, yo, listen. For my opinion, they got over the line in the game where Chelsea have had better performances and drawn and lost.
Yes, I agree with that as well.
That's fair.
So what Chelsea need to be doing is, like, I understand things need to be pretty at times, but I always say Chelsea have lacked fundamentals more than any other team this season. Simple fundamentals such as getting over the line.
Simple, bro.
Simple footballing fundamentals to win the game, because goals are the currency of football. And there's been many games. Look how many times Don, and this is what I will say. I understand why United fans especially are really annoyed at Don, because Don is the first person to talk on United and go, I don't know how these guys keep doing it. They play shit week in, week out. And somehow
you know, so funny. Yeah. I want these United fans to go do some homework and go watch that stream back of us after the Aston Villa game. I can remember that game vividly because that's one of the few games where United played well in the second half, because Emery kept that high line and didn't want to drop back. And I gave them props. And I gave them their props when they beat Aston Villa.
Second half,
I'm saying
United were lucky to win that game too.
No, when you play, I'm talking about when you played them at Old Trafford, bro. Is that the game they're referring to?
Yeah. Oh no, the game at Old Trafford. Yeah, we deserved that in the second half.
Both Villa games, both Villa games, United games, were 2 games of 2 halves. So all I'm saying is that I understand the United perspective, because Don, you specifically do crash it on United for the amount of games they win after having an iffy performance. But that is a footballing fundamental, to be able to put the ball in the back of the net without having to play your best game or playing an average game. The reason I'm giving you credit is because I thought, and I know it sounds like I'm being condescending, but you guys perform good and don't win games. So the fact that you perform below average, in my opinion, and won your game, I feel like it's. Do you know it's a bit disingenuous though? Do you know it's a bit disingenuous coming from Jay? Yeah, because let's talk about if we don't talk about the Aston Villa United game. The reason why that United game, bro, Aston Villa had 1,000,001 chances against us. Clear chances as well. They were running them riot. Lindelof was struggling on that left-hand side as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So over the course of the game, Aston Villa should have won that game. United, they had a moment of brilliance with Dalot and whatnot. Crystal Palace weren't peppering us the way Aston Villa.
This is what I would say, Jay, as well. I don't think Crystal Palace were good, but out of the best of a bad bunch, Chelsea were better, which is why I agree with Don that they deserve to win it more.
We deserve to win, bro. It was an average performance. It
wasn't a great performance.
Can I say, if I lifted Man United's performance against Aston Villa and Chelsea's performance against Palace, United played better against Villa than Chelsea played against Palace.
United played better against Villa. What the hell were you watching? What the hell were you watching?
Hold on.
What the hell were you watching?
Bro, let me explain. Villa, in terms of what they had in terms of attacking threat, prowess, the players they had available, are a much better team than Palace. Yeah, the United performance that United put in against Villa was a higher level performance than what Chelsea put in last night.
So Jay, you're saying, I know, I get where Jay's coming from.
I'm trying to hear you angry.
What you're saying, Jay, what you're saying is, you expected us. There's 2 things here, because you're basically saying with that Palace team yesterday, we should have basically been convincing.
Yeah, bro. No, Don.
And I agree with that.
What did I message you? I said you should be winning 2-0 minimum. I think it should be a comfortable night.
Exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that point. We should have been convincing the whole game.
Exactly.
Before the game, I said Palace, they're missing this guy, they're missing that guy, they're missing that guy. Exactly. I want to beat this man, and I want to be convincing. But end of the day, yesterday, even though we weren't convincing the whole game, you can't turn around and say that we didn't deserve to win.
I don't think he deserved to win. I genuinely over the 90 minutes, taking into account who Palace had unavailable, how Palace played, the chances that Chelsea created, I don't think he deserved to win that game.
I agree with that one. I agree with that one.
All right, guys, I've got to read some of these super chats. Do you want to land one point quickly before I'll do
you can't. I understand you're agreeing there, but bro, your key phrase is styles make. I was about to do the Thai impression there, but styles make fights. I'm gonna keep it as Monts. I'm gonna speak it as Monts right now. You said styles make fights, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
You said styles make fights, and Crystal Palace do not play the same way as Aston Villa. Man United struggle against low blocks the same way Chelsea do. Crystal Palace in a low block, so it's not going to look like Chelsea are going to pepper them and all this stuff. Aston Villa high line stepping out. Of course, Man United are going to look better because there's space in behind. Chelsea will look better. Chelsea done the same thing that Manchester. Why are people forgetting that Chelsea done the same thing to Villa? Chelsea played better than Villa than Man United did.
And we got high XG. And we got high XG.
I don't give a fuck about this. Hold on. Chelsea fucked up Villa better than Man United did. Styles make fights. And Crystal Palace, yes, they had no attacking threat, but they're going to sit back. So United are obviously going to look better with spacing behind. So
I hear it. That's fair.
Yeah,
I hear it. But we all got the job done, guys. I'm just going to get through some of the super chats. It's been a banging show, by the way. If you haven't liked the video, then you lot are sleeping because this has been sick. So big up Jay, Don, Cass, and Monts as always. Big up Ayanda. You could have put a message in, bro. So let us know if you obviously want to send a message in, or even next time we'll remember. But thank you for the super chat. Aya Gumandi says, you think Dom is a world-class manager the way he waffles on about Chelsea tactics? Give your team time, bro. It's only 1 year. Big up for the super chat, Aya. And then Yang says, what did Crystal Palace do to deserve the win? To be honest, probably Jay's not saying they deserved the win. They probably deserved the point. They didn't deserve to do obviously anything else other than that.
In that second half, they were just not doing anything, bro. They didn't do nothing, bro.
Couple of transitions where they had a little dribble in that, but other than that, nothing amazing.
After you scored the goal, Don, and made 1-1. Apart from the Franca shot that Petrovic saved, what chances did you have before you scored your second goal? Because that's the only chance I remember in the game, the Petrovic saved Franca after that goal. So
that's what I'm saying to you, Jay. The end product was poor, bro. We're finding ourselves in the final third, but the end product was poor. I'm not gonna sit here and say we're peppering the goal. We wasn't.
No. I agree with that. Aya says, Dom, you need to take other opinions for different perspectives. I disagree with a lot of what Mont says about Arsenal, but there's like 50% of what he says that makes sense, and I agree, but would never admit it to him ever. Well, basically, you have just admitted it on the
Aya, look, funny enough, we've come to the end of the show, and we all now understand what Jay was trying to say. But Jay needs to understand that as much as we weren't mind-blowing, we still deserve to win that over Palace, in my opinion.
In your opinion, and the thing is with you, Don, you are you're a great fan, and I will say that respectfully. I think you're a good fan. I think you support your team. You see the positives more than the negatives. You have a mad amount of confirmation bias, but we can work on that another time. But aside from that, you sometimes in this situation will look at this, and I just look at it like you have a lot of energy and you're very excitable for that kind of win. Me personally, I'd come in, my head would be a little bit down. I'll take it. I'm not happy, but I'll take it. You're like, oh. And I'm like, that's 1 win in 3. The previous 2 games, you got smashed by Wolves. If I got smashed by Wolves 4-2, and that's the performance I put in the next game, I would not be happy in the slightest. I wouldn't be saying we deserved anything. I'd be like, we got the points. Let's get out of here, and we'll try and improve next time.
Well, the important thing is, Jay, is that they're going to be tested now. They've got City away on the weekend, and then they've got the Carabao Cup final. So we will come back to it in 2 Mondays' time, and we will discuss. Last one I've got to wrap up here is, imagine lacking the IQ to be able to understand you can still deserve to win while being average, as long as the other team don't play better than you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say, basically. So logic stands that winning 3-1 is deserved. Maybe not 3-1, but deserve to get the 3 points. But guys, we're going to wrap it there. This is going to take you straight over to Saeed TV, so make sure you stay locked in if you want to go and watch some general content, La Liga, Bundesliga and stuff as well. Guys, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Monts is live later on this afternoon, so please make sure you go and check out Big Six Bants channel down below. So yeah, guys, big up everyone that came on. Big up all the ones in the comments today that kept it real and obviously kept it respectful. Jay, Don, Cass, Monts, love every time. And we'll be back tonight with a Champions League reaction. So be there, especially if City lose.